Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a Sunday afternoon special session where I am going to be just pulling cards for my free readings from this morning's session. That's why there's no chat because I'm not taking any new readings. I'm finishing up a couple donations plus the free readings, and I will be back next Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time if you are looking for free readings. And if you are wanting a personal recorded reading, I do offer those, and they're half off for the remainder of this year. All that information's in the description box below. It's like $5 for a 15-minute reading, $10 for a half hour, and etc. So all that's in the description box if you're interested. But we will jump in. I'm going to switch off to the Witch's Tarot and use that for this session. Excuse me. And so we will jump in for my two individuals who had um made donations. Thank you for your patience in me getting to these. And first off, we're starting with Latoya. So hey, Latoya. And you wanted to know about Charles the Taurus, their intention. So let's take a look here and see, what does spirit wants you to know around Charles the Taurus intentions. All right. So we've got these already. And then below the surface, I'm so sorry. Went outside to do some doggy doo-doo duty, and I think the cold air got in my lungs there. But you got the 10 of cups below the surface here. There is this intention of trying to find this fulfillment of emotional fulfillment. The 10 of cups, dreams come true, this fullness of emotion. So that is below the surface, that's bubbling there. Whether they realize it or not, it is bubbling below the surface in their subconscious. And let's see what their intentions are here. All right. And this one here. All right. Well, it's kind of, I feel like they're aware of this too. They've got this rebirth, they have this ending and this new beginning type of energy that's coming in here. We've got the King of Pentacles, which this is getting to know, like they're wanting this fullness in the outside world. And the King of Pentacles, they do have this giant Ace of Pentacles, which is them seeing their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. I feel like they've gone through a lot in their outside world and they're really becoming aware of how life works, of what they truly want in life and what they don't, because we also have the Justice card coming in. She's got this Ace of Swords, which allows her to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm. And the Scales is the balancing out of those beliefs around what does emotional fulfillment look like, because ultimately we've got the 9 of cups here, which is dreams come true with emotion. And so they do have this desire of emotion, desire of this fullness, and with them being Taurus, their earth energy. King of Pentacles is a lot of earth energy too. So I feel like they're stepping into their power. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so they have this love and abundance, this desire that rolls beneath the surface. And we also have the Page of Wands, which is new passion, higher passion. So I get all this energy that's happening here. They're looking for something more in life, and their intentions, they have this inkling, I guess we'll call it, that they're like, they feel like you can help bring them to a new place in their life, both emotionally, both with the passion and drive. But there is this attraction, physical and energetic, this emotion that's flooding in here. But I feel like they're figuring things out is the big thing. They're in their mind with that Justice card, trying to figure out what does it exactly mean? What exactly are their intentions? I feel Page of Wands is movement. It's energy. It's moving forward. This death and this rebirth, I feel like if you guys have had a relationship before, interactions, I feel like they want to reboot into something more. Maybe in the past they weren't able to give you what you were looking for because they didn't have it for themselves. But I feel like with this King of Pentacles, they've been doing and the justice card, some significant reflection, which is having them feel like they're able now to give more, whereas before, if it felt like they couldn't, it's because they couldn't. When we don't love ourselves very much and our love is like that big, no matter how much love we want to give, it just trickles out, and no matter how much love someone wants to give us, it just trickles in. But I feel like they've been doing this inner work here. Yeah, yeah, definitely. We've got the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles, and even the 6 of Pentacles on the bottom represents, this whatever blocks were happening before. They've really looked at some childhood belief systems here. Or maybe they even have gone to therapy because it feels like they read a good book on self-reflection, or they had some good conversations or good awareness. But I feel like they've had this transformation of their worth on the inside. So I like that for you. That's what's coming in right now for you, Latoya. So I would be prepared if you're wanting something from them, as far as a deeper relationship, that they do want a reboot and they feel like they can. If there was a breakup situation and they're coming back, you know how it is. We can fall in love with possibilities of who someone can be, and we see their um, what it's a different word, but it's like possibilities. We're like, wow, they could be this, and we fall in love with that, but they show us who they are. And so when someone goes back and goes away and comes back and goes, I've changed, you're like, well, show me. Don't tell me, show me over time, and then I'll believe you. So that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you. And that is what they have. So thank you again for your donation, Latoya. And then Johanna, thank you for your donation. And so you are up next here. And you wanted to know, how does Leon feel about you? So let's take a look. Let me just shuffle these up. Let's see what we have here. So, how does Leon, wow, all right, feel about you? All right, so we got these three here. All right, all right, all right. Wow, very interesting. So they've got this um perception of you here with the high priestess. So it's funny that they see you as someone who you don't need anybody, is how they perceive you, right? They're like, wow, I don't feel like they need me. They don't need anyone. They are very independent. You can stand on your own. You can enjoy your alone time. The high priestess goes away, but you're intriguing too, because they do sense with you that you see things more deeply. You see things that people don't see. You feel things of other people, and you know things you shouldn't know, and they know this about you. It's like, which, but in a positive way. They're like, wow, very interesting. But um, there's a little bit of insecurity there, because in the past they like to be needed. It's kind of a human thing for most people. But you have this air about you that you don't need people. You may want people, but you don't need them, and they sense that, and they like that. It scares them. They like it, but it scares them. We got the Four of Swords, which is all about the stable mind. Um, all these thoughts and these beliefs, and so peace of mind is the word I was trying to think of, but it is mental stability, peace of mind, and there is this, I don't know why there's this warrior, well, she's holding, swords here, but there's this, warrior feeling that they have, from you. Not that you're like, uh aggressive or anything like that, but they're like, "Wow, you stand up for yourself too." Again, this both of these come into things. Normally they like to be needed, they like to be a protector, but they're like, "I don't think you need me." You know, you could take care of yourself. And I like that, that independent energy, but it also um, has them a little off guard and has them a little, off there. But there is this attraction. You've got the magician energy, which has some magic wand energy, which is this energetic and physical attraction kind of energy here. And I feel like they do want to move forward. They do want to, have this movement towards you. But I just feel like the bottom of the deck, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is putting in the work in order for things to move forward. And I feel like they need to do a little bit more work before they would be able to move towards you, because their insecurities, that are at the root of things are what needs to transform. Because again, they have this need to be needed, and it scares them if they're not needed, because then they're disposable. And and it's funny because I'm like feeling like they've had relationships before where it's like, well, you had that before, and that still didn't keep them from going outside the relationship or disposing of you. So, it's not a done deal. If people need you, it's a false sense of security. And if they look at their relationships of the past, they'll realize, yeah. And it's like, if I want you, I'm not going to change my mind on a fluke. Do you know who I am? And I like this. I feel like the more they get to know you and the more they get to know themselves, that things do, they have the bravery that to step forward, you know, with this energy of the Eight of Pentacles and the Magician. I feel like they will, but it's going to take a little bit of time with that. But they do have the attraction there, and I think you're not. They can feel intimidated at times. You are not intimidating; they are intimidated. There's a difference. Their insecurities are what make them feel intimidated, but you just be yourself, because ultimately, this is what they need to see in you. So that's what they have, Johanna. Hopefully that is helpful for you there. So many blessings to you. All right. And that was my two donations. So now I'm going to jump into the free readings, and I'm going to go down the list. When I'm done with this session, I will post a pinned comment to this video of the order in which I do the readings, so you can kind of see your name and kind of jump into the video around where you think it's at, know if you need to rewind or move forward, so you can kind of find out where you're at. So, alrighty. So let's get into it. So first up, we had Dijona Sturgis. Hello, Dijona. And you wanted a general reading. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So I feel like you're coming up here on a crossroads. You're going to have and this is regarding love, with the Knight of Cups is movement of love, movement of emotion. And I do feel like there's individuals entering your environment that are showing interest towards you. And you have this Two of Swords, which is, that's why I feel like there's at least two choices where you're like, who are these people? Which would I normally choose? And the advice from Spirit is, with the Two of Swords, is close your eyes. You can see how she's got this around her eyes here. Close your eyes and open your heart. The moon here is allowing your heart to choose instead of the mind. The mind has a lot of, looking at someone, they look good on paper, but ultimately what's going on in our heart is, our heart wants to sing. Our heart wants to be full and happy and express itself. And I feel like that is what they're saying with who is coming into your arena. Close your eyes and follow the guidance of your heart with it. So I like that. And that's easy breezy. That's what they have for you right now. So close your eyes and open your heart, and you can't go wrong. You're like, all right. So many blessings. All right. And then Die Baby 777. You want to know whatever comes out. So let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Die Baby. All right. All right. So you're being called here inward and upward to look in and discover who you truly are, what you're truly wanting. The Hierophant is like your higher self, drawing you to see things from a different perspective. The capital T truth of who do you want to be? What do you want to do in life? What do you want? Who do you want to be with? All of that. There's this clarity coming in. The King of Wands is rolls over, of course, the wand suit, which is the spiritual energy, and they do have this um it's like a meaning of your higher self. That's why I feel like, both of this is your higher self calling you to this place, but this is also kind of like emperor energy, which the King of Wands has the fire, has the decision. There's this taking action on what is it you truly want, not what everyone else wants you to be and do and be with or whatever. But who do you want to be with? What do you want to do with your life? It's your choosing. And it's like the emperor who has all these advisors in their ear about the supposed do's and shoulds and need to's and all that. And they're like, all right, enough. Everyone cleared the throne room. Now I'm going to decide for my kingdom because it's my kingdom. I make the chooser of things, right? And so I like this because with that combination, it is discovering what your true path is, your true north, and this is taking action towards it. And if it doesn't fit into it, it's falling away and you're stepping up, you're putting form around it. You're making arrangements and steps, putting things on your calendar to get things done towards your dream and to move you in that direction. And I like this. So this is very powerful. It is a time of movement, a time of forming and action. So I like it. And that's what Spirit has for you now. So don't hold back. It is time. All right. So many blessings to you, Die Baby, and then Grace 1111. You are up, and anything you need to know. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So you've had this time here alone with the Hermit card, and you've been being guided by your higher self, right? And your spiritual posse. And it's been on purpose for a purpose here. The Four of Cups represents this emotional stability that's being brought in because the time that you're spending reflecting, the time that you're following spirit and connecting to the higher realms, because they do offer you this Ace of Cups. See, this mermaid is this mythical creature that's bringing you in the Ace of Cups. The three cups over here are the three cups of the outside world, all those things that we've looked for in the past that are to complete us, to make our heart feel full, relationships, situations, and things. But all those things don't fill us up for very long, if at all. And so they feel empty. We're bored with it. We're disappointed in it. But that's when we turn inward and upward. And that's with this Hermit card, inward and upward. You're discovering this Ace of Cups, this chalice of who you really are, which is allowing you to be filled with the unconditional love of the upper realms. And you fill up, you overflow it to the world. And then this changes your perception of your emotional status, your emotional fulfillment, because you're being filled from the inside. And where anything on the outside felt disappointing and falling short, now it's above and beyond extra. So it feels like abundance, it feels like extra because you're finding what you need in your heart. And so this time alone has been happening on purpose for purpose to bring this more fully into your heart, into your life. So I feel like that's what they want you to know, is that this time apart, this time where you might feel like you're in solitary confinement, has been for you, and your soul has been wanting this for you. And the more you focus on that, the faster things you reach that pivotal point where you feel this fullness, and then things will alter and change in your world too. So that's what they have for you, Grace. So many blessings to you. And then Divine Feminine Chronicles, you are up next. And you want to know what is coming towards you. What can you expect? So based on current energies, what are you drawing towards you? What's headed your way? All right. So you do have some clarity of emotion here. You have the Seven of Cups, which is sometimes can mean emotional confusion, but I feel like the emotional Um, it's a lot of things happening. We'll put it that way, which can be confusing when you have so many choices, so many things happening. You might even have been having like emotional, um, let's say emotional burnout, but emotional overstimulation. So many different things happening that it's just like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I've got to take a break from it. And with the Knight of Cups, this is the quest for the cup. You've been looking in these things here, but this hasn't been having you fulfilled. And that's why you're on this quest for this chalice, this holy grail, which is the chalice of self love. And so the Seven of Cups has you looking for all the love in all the wrong places, right? But it's the outside world. And there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of stimulation, but it's not long lasting and it falls short. It's like eating American Chinese food. You eat it, you're hungry an hour later. And so there's this search for something that's lasting and fulfilling, but that's what when you turn inward and upward, the quest that you're having in the outside world, you're not finding it, but then you find the secret, you find the hidden map that shows your heart, and that's where you find it. You go inward, upward, and you find eternal, unconditional love, which is fulfilling. So, what we are truly hungering and thirsting for, which we don't find in the outside world hardly ever, if at all. And that's why we're turning inward and upward. And so I feel like this is what they're wanting to know is that the self-love is what is coming towards you, and this emotional confusion, it clears everything up because you're not looking for these things or a combination of these things to fulfill you in the outside world. You're finding it in your heart. Then everything becomes abundance, and the confusion and the fog clears emotionally because that's just extra. You can take it or leave it, but the emotion you're searching for, you do find inside your heart. And so that's what you can expect is situations coming up where you get, like those seven cups, you get this emotional gifts from the outside world, but you're like, "Meh, it's not bringing me what I thought it would." And or it's gone already. It's short-lived. So you're like, "Hmm." And so this is what is happening. So hopefully that helps Divine Feminine Chronicles, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then soul searching vibe. What can you expect in your love life? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right, here we go. Well, here comes the four of cups here and the eight of swords. And this combination regarding love here, we've been talking like the last couple of readings about, we even had the four of cups here not too long ago. These are the love and the emotional fulfillment from the outside, and the eight of swords is a beautiful card to have because it's the flowing energy of our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets that no longer serve us, and you're becoming aware of the thoughts and beliefs that have blinded you and bound you and made you feel trapped. And this is regarding specifically around love because that's what you're asking about. So the beliefs and mindsets you have, and when we've done what we've always did before with all of these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that have kept us constricted, we've got these unfulfilling cups that feel empty. But spirit is coming in here, and with your work that you're doing and question your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around what love should be, who they should be, who you should be, how it's supposed to unfold, blah, 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 blah. All that rules with this freedom, you're offered this Ace of Cups, a new type of love you haven't had before, love that starts from the inside. You fill up and overflow, and then you see this beautiful love that people are able to give you. It's different because it's tinted and it's extra because you're finding this wholeness of your love inside, because we can't love someone else more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So when I love myself that much, no matter how much love I want to pour out, it's going to drip out. No matter how much love someone wants to give, it's going to drip in. And so when we expand our self love, it also expands this pipeline to the outside world, to the humans, and we can give and receive love in a greater amount. So, what you can expect with love is this challenging, these triggers coming up, these opportunities to reflect on your belief systems about supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, all those opinions. And you're getting clarity about what you truly want, but you're inward and upward. You're realizing what you're truly wanting is your self love, not the retail price of the outside world, right? My value to others. Eh, fickle, constantly changing, depends on people's moods. But when I turn inward and upward to eternal unconditional love, I find a stability in my self worth and also an expansion of my self worth and self love, which then allows me to love others and receive love from others in a totally different way. So I like this for you, soul searching vibe, and I feel like you know what's happening there. Right. So many blessings to you. And then Joe Kenzo, you are up. So Joe, what are your uh, ex's Brian's true feelings and intentions towards you? So let's see what's going on with your ex here. All right. What are their true feelings and intentions? I don't feel like they know what their intentions are. Their feelings here, they've got this one's a lot of passion, a lot of energy they feel they've put in. And now something to understand, because I know how it doesn't appear to you that they put in that much effort. But when we're looking at other people's feelings, other people's intentions, it could have nothing to do with us whatsoever. This is the world that's living. They see the world as they are, not as it is, like all of us. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world based on our emotions, our thoughts, our beliefs, everything that's going on in here. And this is what is happening because their feelings are, I gave so much and I didn't get a lot back, and it felt like it was burdensome that I had to do. There was this long list of stuff that I was supposed to do and have to do and must do, and it became too much for me. I couldn't do it. And it could be that you didn't even ask anything of them. They've got all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that they were, these expectations about what a relationship should be and everything from when they were very young. And even before they met you, they had this long list. Enter you into the picture, they're like, okay, I've got to do all this stuff for you, or you're going to be upset and hurt and disappointed and, reject me and leave me and blah, 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 blah. So they've got this long list and they're investing all this energy and they can't do it. And they don't feel like they're getting what they are supposed to have, blah, 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 blah. Right. And their intentions here, it's like there's their heart is in battle with their mind here. Their mind is telling them this long list of stuff, blah, 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 blah. And on the other hand, their heart is like, but I love them. And they do. They have this love in their heart for you, but they're, you know, sorry, as the scene looked like these little butterflies are mooning us, or these fairies. Sorry. We've got these two here. Let's see if it'll focus in. Maybe if I put this one to the side here. Oh, there they come. But there is this, this fairy energy, it's that's coming in with all that too, is, you know, they're in this struggle, they're in this, duality in their head. Their mind thinks, oh, it's too much, but their heart is like, no, it's worth it. No, it's too much. No, it's worth it. Blah, 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 blah. And so they've got some stuff to figure out in themselves because uh, you're like, well, it explains why that I felt like they were bipolar, right? Not that bipolar is wrong. I'm not judging it. Just it can be like seem like someone's, or like Gemini, split personalities, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? Where you're like, whoa, what's going on here? One minute you're like, oh, and the next minute lovey dovey, and the next, oh, it's too much. When they're in fear, they're a different person, right? They're like a 2-year old making demands, doing unloving, unkind, unintelligent things, right? And then when they're out of fear and they're in the love mode, oh my God, a completely different person, right? But they got to figure that out. They're the only ones that can look into their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have been making them feel that way. So that's what's coming in for you, Joe. So I don't know. I feel like that's a lot of mess that's going on there, and, it's like, let them go figure their stuff out. I don't feel like they do a ton of inner reflection at this point in their life, and I don't feel like it's gonna be anytime soon, so they're gonna keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result, which is the definition of insanity. They're gonna keep having lower vibrational emotions and thoughts and beliefs. They're gonna keep drawing these lower vibration type of experiences in, and you don't have to wait for that. You do your shadow work, you do reflection, so you deserve someone like you that does that and puts that, uh, intention and attention into the relationship, right? So that's what they have for you, Joe, so many blessings to you. Just gonna take a sip here. Alright. So, angel blessings, you are up next, and any blessings coming to you. Chances are you're getting angel blessings, right? Bada bing, bada boom. So let's see what do they have coming in here? All right. Wow. Well, you definitely have blessings coming in here. You've got the sun card coming in, and which is one of the most beneficial cards in the deck, right? It's abundance, it's flowiness, it's brightness. You even have the sun coming through here through this nine of wands, which the blessing that's coming in here, I mean, you've got a lot of, I feel like there's this backlog of abundance that's wanting and has been wanting to come into your life. And the nine of wands represents this block that's been there, almost like have felt like there's these forest fields that have been keeping things away from you, whether it's love, whether it's abundance, whether it's a job or money or whatever. These blessings, right? It's been keeping them away, and you're like, why? Why? I can see them like they're wanting to, but there's something holding them back. And it's your inner child. They're the one that is in charge of our forest field control panel, and it's because of these out of balance um, giving and receiving ratios, like the rate of exchange is out of balance because it learned when it was younger, 7 years old and younger, your emotional child was like, I have to give 1,000 love coins to these people that are important to me in order to get one love coin back. It didn't know any better. It figured, well, that must be the going rate. We're kids. What do we know? And it seeps into our subconscious, and that's what's been impacting your life. There's in my Take 10 with Zen playlist at the top of the page when you go to my main page, episodes 4 and 5 talk about the out of balance ratio and the rate of exchange and the energy we put out. And so these will give you a couple tools that allow you to balance that giving and receiving, that bring down those walls, those force fields, which allow abundance to flow in for you and allow these blessings to come in. Because with that sun card, they're definitely there. It just feels like it's being held behind that wall, that barrier. And it's like I feel it's a backlog of blessings from all different areas: love, abundance, money, gifts, this, that. There's all these blessings that are coming your way, special friendships, but they're, your inner child has been keeping track. You haven't got 1,000 love coins. You don't deserve this stuff yet. But once you just put in a little bit of reflection into it, those will come down and you'll see that flood in. So I like it for you. That's what they have for you, angel blessings. So many, many blessings to you. And then a new three, you are up. Hello, hello. So who is coming towards you? All right. Let's take a look here. Who is headed your way? All right. Well, there is this, when you have this change here, with the Five of Cups is this transformation of emotion, not focusing on the lower vibrational emotions, but focusing on the Two of Cups. There is this change here. Sorry, make it a little more PG here. There is this change with the World card is the last card in the major arcana, ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. And it happens here with this. that's like an individual that'll come into your life that is so different than anyone else you've been with, but it's because of the choices that you make emotionally. And you're realizing, you know what? I come here to experience the lower vibrational emotions of fear, betrayal, anger, sadness, blah, 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 right? Nothing wrong with it, but when we are at a lower vibration, we draw in lower vibrational people and lower vibrational experiences, relationships, whatever. And when we're ready, we're like, I'm bored with this. This has been going on for enough. I'm ready for this change. I want someone different. I don't want what I've gotten when I do what I've always done before. I'm ready to do things differently. I'm ready to end those cycles. I'm ready to raise my love vibration. And that's what that other two of cups is. We can choose fear or unconditional love, enjoying gratitude. When we're focusing our energy and our choices, our emotional choices, then things change, things evolve, things move forward. And I like this for you because it does, it draws in someone who is higher vibrational love energy, which is a drastic difference between what you've had before. And I like this. And, sometimes and there's nothing wrong with who we've experienced before. Because a lot of times when we meet someone higher vibrational and we've only had lower vibrational people, we're so much appreciative of them because that we wouldn't be appreciative of them had we not met the other people, right? We're like, wow, you don't yell at me. And they're like, that's a low bar. And you're like, hey, but you're way over it. So, but that's what's coming in newsfeed. Someone who is so different than you've had before. You even have like on the bottom of the deck, like a knight in shining armor feel to all this too, where they come riding in. Someone who is secure in who they are, and I like this. They have a strong sense of self worth, and I like that for you. All right. And that's what they have for you, New Three. So many blessings to you. And then Lynx Lee, you are up next. So Leo's thoughts and next actions. Let's see what's going on with this Leo. All right. The Leo, the Leo, the Leo. All right. Well, they have these actions with this Knight of Wands. They are going to, this is fast movement. This is expression of passion that's coming through here. So I feel like this Leo fire energy, they are going to be like, hey, and move on their attraction towards you. Now their thoughts, we've got the Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. There's this sense of worth and abundance here. This is all about the money and the coin, right? But this is reflective of, their sense of self-worth. And Leos go through this. A lot of fire signs go through this. They look at their worth, and they look at because they're drawn to want to be seen, and in doing that, their journey involves a lot of self doubt and a lot of lower self worth because of what people have said and not said and done and not done in their life. The Six of Pentacles has this way out of balance, giving and receiving. And so their thoughts are really focused on who they are and what they're worthy of. And even consciously, they're interested, but their emotions, because of these pains they've had regarding their self love and the self-worth stuff, um, they don't allow their emotions to flow very easily, right? That's why the Knight of Wands, they're more likely to express their passion, their attraction, but they won't say I love you for months because they won't open their heart until they feel very safe and that their worth is can be kept intact, because they can trust you. So it's going to take time for them to build emotional trust, once they express this uh, physical attraction, this energetic attraction. So that's what's coming in here. So they're gonna make the moves on you. You're like, "Uh-oh." Well, or all right, woohoo. But, emotions come later. Just be aware if that's where they're at in their life. All right. So that's what they have for you, Linksley. And then Kritika Malhotra. Hello, hello. Hi. So you took the exam. Yay. Wasn't bad at all. Look at that. How did you perform? Let's take a look here. You are very welcome with the readings, and hopefully that helped you remain calm and go, yeah, I got this. Your brilliant mind was able to express itself. So I love it. Let's take a look here. How did you do on the exam? All right. So I think you did very well. You got the 6 of cups, which is this balanced emotions, 3 cups on each side. Um, and there's like this childhood excitement with the 6 of cups. It's nostalgia, it's looking back, but it feels like an adventure, right? And I like this. And the 7 of wands is what is telling me that you did well on it, because the 7 of wands is like you're set above. It's almost like they're reminding me of being in class, and when the teacher would say, this person got the highest score. Congratulations, you're the only one that got 100%. Boom. It's not that you got 100%, but this 7 of wands is like you stood out. You're going to stand out with your score. Some people, like if they post the scores, like these people are like, why do you get to get that score? Why didn't we do that? Blah, 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 blah. But you don't have to defend it. You've put in the work, you put in the time, you relaxed, and you were able to have this. So very positive energy coming in here, and I really like this for you. So, um, like I said, it feels very much like a little child going to, a candy store or whatever. They're just like, or the toy aisle at a store. Wow. It's just like this wonder and this excitement of this adventure that's awaiting you. So I like it. It's like a childhood dream come true type of energy. All right. So there you go, Kritika. Many blessings to you. Congratulations. Glad you're done with that, right? All right. And then Smooth Life. You are up next. You want to know the December here for you. And you've got the World card, which is significant endings and beginnings, ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. And here, the Nine of Wands tells me that you have been working on this energy. Nine is the Hermit's journey. Wands is your power, your manifestation, your energy, your focus, and you've have discovered through your self reflection what was standing in your way. You've got the Ace of Wands here, which is what would have been blocking you behind you. But this is why there's this flow with this World card coming in here. December is a month where whatever has been this barrier that's been holding you back from moving forward, either in relationship or job or education or whatever it may be, whatever's been holding you back, you're like, I'm moving forward, and your energy is allowing this change, allowing of old things to fall away and a new adventure to begin. Like the Fool card, which is the first card in the major arcana, World card is the last. You start all over at the 0 with the Fool, and they are leaping off into this new adventure that's free of a lot of limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations and all this stuff. And so there's this freedom that comes in December. It feels like flow. It feels like, and it is the end of the year, but it feels like the end of an old year and the beginning of a new one. There's so much more being offered for you. And so you gain a lot of clarity here in December around that. So that's what they have for you, Smooth Life. That's what they're giving you right now. You have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom, which does represent new birth, harvest, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So a lot of this clarity that comes in does have to do with you realizing what you want instead of trying to live up to what a lot of other people want. All this energy being poured in to things that are not yours desire, but out of fear, letting people down or not living up to other people's expectations, that you're ready to clear a lot of that away and make this move into your direction, the barrier that's been holding you back. All right, so there you go, smooth life. So many blessings to you. And then QD, you are up next. You want to know Spirit's messages for you? Well, Spirit has you here with this Hermit card is this invitation to step back and make sure to spend some significant time with yourself, connecting to the spirit world here with this lantern. This bright light is your star, the star card, which is your higher self, your posse, the spirit realm, because they do have here, they're offering you this Ace of Swords as a gift if you come inward and spend time with them, because this Ace of Swords is the ability to see things from a higher perspective, connecting to the wisdom of spirit, that which is rooted in unconditional love. And it is a double-edged sword because it allows you to connect to the higher realm, but it also allows you to cut away the small t truths that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. And you're able to cut these things away to where they're not ruling your life, they're not influencing you. You're able to cleanse and have new ideas, new inspiration and clarity for your life with all this too. So your spirit messages, we will give you clarity, we'll give you information, we'll give you access to the heavenly world wide web and show you a lot if you'll take the time and spend it with them and reach out to them of your own free will. So I like that for you, cutie, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then we've got Pinky for a general reading. So let's see, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Pinky, what does Spirit want you to know? All right. Wow, look at this. So you've got the Page of Wands. You have a new passion that's entering your life here. And I like this for you because I feel like maybe with this Seven of Cups, you might have been feeling like you have too many choices that you can make in your life, and you have so many options, and you're like, I don't know which one I should go. It's like you're standing at a fork in the road with seven different ways to go, and you don't know which one to do. It's overwhelming, right? And so I feel like with this Page of Wands, there is this new passion. And I feel like if you ask Spirit to bring in and bring you clarity, they'll start through process of elimination, eliminating things, because you're going to be asking questions. Does this make my heart sing? Is this really what I truly want to do? Am I doing this out of fear? You're asking questions, and Spirit will bring you information and clarity. Just ask them of your own free will, and just say, can you help me make this decision more easily, and show me, highlight the things that are positive for me, and let me see the things that I'm not seeing that will help me make this decision. And they will bring that in for you. So I like that for you, Pinky. All right, that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Goldie, you are up next. So an energy reading between you and the Pisces. All right. All right. And then below. Oh, okay. Well, Goldie, you've got the Lovers card coming in here, and this is what's below the surface that's rolling underneath the surface here. This is like kind of what is unseen and unknown, but it is an important relationship for you. Could be love, right? But the Four of Pentacles is this feeling of home, this feeling of safety, this home. It's the Four Pentacles, it's the four walls in the outside world, which feels like home. And the Lovers card coming in here, I just feel like there's this alteration, this change, this transformation of this energy that's um it's like it's upgrading, it's going to a new level. And maybe if it feels like the holidays, it feels like the sense of family and home, that it does something to both of you if this, whatever this gatherings of family and important individuals, it just feels like there's this ignition of, I want love, I want closeness, I want to feel safe, I want to feel secure. There's this energy that feels like it's drawing together at this time. And so be prepared for that, because it does feel like there is this change of how both of you are looking at things, but I feel like you were already there in your own heart, You're like, "I was already at 50%. I just didn't tell them, but I'm ready." And they are the one that needs the little switch turned on, and I feel like that is what is coming here, for the holidays. So, that's what's coming through, Goldie, so hopefully that makes sense, and many blessings to you. And then Magana, hey, you are up next. So, is any guy with a potential of us dating coming towards you in the next 2 to 3 months? Anyone? Bueller, Bueller, hello? Let's take a look here. Is there anyone? Oh my goodness, sorry, I don't mean to yawn. Wow. I don't think so. We've got the Hermit card, which is you're by yourself, and the Hanged Man, which is a holding period. So, as far as anyone potential of like dating long term, no, this is a time of you being drawn in to really spend some time with spirit and yourself. Um, it's like taking time off from dating. Don't know if you've been a perpetual dater for a while, but there comes a time where we're like, you know what? Instead of jumping into something next and searching again, it's like, all right, what have I learned? Even if you look at your last significant relationships, what did you learn from each one of them? They didn't happen to you, they happened for you on purpose, all of them being mirrors for you. Like for mine, my first X was, I learned a big significant thing was I learned that I was all work, and if there's time left over play, they were all play, and if there's time left over work, and we brought each other towards the middle, right? And so we learned something from each individual. Number 2 was move out of state for love at least once, and that's it. Number 3 was, oh, yeah, they taught me about, manipulation and how I had been taught to manipulate through sadness and, to try to, pout and to walk out of rooms to try to get things my way, and I didn't realize that. They showed me that, big mirror, right? So we learn things through them, and we learn things, and I learned that each of my relationships was a mirror pointing back to me what I wanted to see about myself until I saw it. And so I feel like this is an important time over this next 2 to 3 months for you to really do this inner reflection to go, what have I been seeing? Because when we do what we've always done, we're gonna get what we've always gotten. The same teacher keeps coming back to the class, right? And we're like, okay, so let me learn. And then I can have new teachers come in that'll teach me different things. But these, I'm ready, right? And I feel like that's what's happening here, and that's why we have that. So I know, but maybe by well, maybe by Valentine's Day. But, definitely the remainder of this month and January, I feel are times of reflection for you. So I would definitely, do that because it's gonna end up giving you a new experience instead of the old. The slowing down with that Hanged Man does tell you think their spirit is and you're with cooperation with your soul, you're is wanting to slow things down so you stop drawing that in, you raise your love vibration and draw in something else. So there you go. That's what they have. All right. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. And then we got love yous and doggy pinky 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 pinky. And you would like a love reading. So let's see here. What does spirit wants you to know about love? Let's see here. All right. Yeah, we've definitely got some sorting. Here's the sorting hat, like Harry Potter. I don't know. But there is this, all these different emotions, these different desires, which has this conflict with the Five of Swords, the mental conflict. Your heart is battling with your mind. Your mind is saying, here's all the stuff that we need. And the heart's saying, but I want all this stuff. And there's this conflict between what they're saying and what your heart is wanting. And so for now, what they're saying for love, it's to, with this four of swords, there needs to be this peace of mind that comes in, which when she has the ace of swords, she's able to face all these expectations, these fears of losing love, a lot of these rules that were created from pain that we experienced. And there's this transformation through all of this that allows you to move forward, that allows the clarity to come in, but it requires this reconciliation of this battle going on between your heart and your head. The heart wants what it wants. It's a little puppy dog wanting to go hump people's legs, right? But the mind is like, no, not again. And it has these rules in place, but it's the rules that can be looked at in coordination. It's like allowing both your head and your heart to have a seat at the table. And instead of having an argument, it's about reconciling things, understanding new things, seeing where each of those entities is coming from. So love right now is an internal transformation for you to bring you something in that's different than you've had before. Because I feel like a lot of people here today, we're tired of feeling the same old way from doing the same old things. I want someone that's like me, right? That is loving and giving and blah, 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 right? So I like this for you because there is clarity that comes in. All right. So many blessings to you. Love you, Zendagi Pinky Pinky. All right. And then New Love. Hello, hello, New Love. If you try to talk to Demir, what would become of it? You're just acquaintances, or just acquaintances, or what? So if you talk to them, ooh, well, you do have the Two of Cups, which is an important relationship. It could be romantic, but definitely it becomes a significant relationship here. It's a very strong foundation, very beneficial with the King of Pentacles. There is this transformation of thought and belief about who you are in relationship to the outside world. So I feel like they're at the worst case, it's you become really great friends, and that's worst case. But it feels very beneficial, and maybe it is. It grows into friends, best friends sleeping over, and it becomes romantic, becomes more. But I feel like it's not just acquaintances. I feel like it does grow into something significant with the Two of Cups. So it's not just a, oh, I know them. It's you become really close friends. And that's I love that, you know. That was always my kind of goal, probably after I finished dating when I look backwards. I'm like, you know what? It's like best friend sleeping over is like the goal, right? Hashtag love goals. Right. But that's what they have for you, New Love. So many blessings to you. Then Anya Ahuya. Hello, hello. So when will you attain that in the physical realm? So when will you attain that in the physical realm? Well, you got the Queen of Wands coming in here, and the Queen of Wands has to do with you stepping into your power. You know, she got the kitty here, which is normally a black cat, but this is your connection to the spirit world. And the Queen of Wands has great fire energy and direction and focus. Whatever she focus on, it grows and expands. And so it's like manifestation on steroids. So you attain it in the physical world when you begin to focus on gratitude for things. Because then you're telling the universe, I love being grateful for things. You can bring me more things to be grateful for. It draws it in. If we're focusing on anything that we're missing or we hate or we fear will leave or come in, we grow that and expand that instead. It's like a little kid going into a donut shop, the little pastry counter, the glass that they can point through, and they're pointing at this one pastry over and over. And so the baker loads up a dozen, gives it to him, and the kid's like, oh, I hate these. So the baker recommends instead of pointing at what we hate, point out what we love and would be grateful to have. And more of that is given to us. Dozens of those donuts instead of the ones we hate are given to us. So I feel like that's important to know that there's not like a set fated date, there's a period of time, and it comes in faster dependent upon your choice of where you're investing your energy. So I like that. All right. And that's what they have for you, Anya Ahuya. Many blessings to you. And then Luna Ray, hello, hello. We want to know Terry's next steps towards his karmic partner, Shakura. Do we see it ending? So let's take a look here. Terry towards Shakura. What do you want us to know? All right. So, well, yeah, we definitely see the karma here with the Six of Cups, right? So we have the Six of Cups, which is past life connections and karmic connections of them wanting to experience together here. I don't feel like it's ending here. We've got this balancing with the between the heart and the mind of the King of Cups, and the Hierophant is inviting reflection, but I don't feel like it's ending here. I feel like with this uh, Hierophant, the higher self is giving them the keys and asking them to step up to see what is their capital T truth of who do they want to be, what do they want to do, with their life, and to see the truth of who they're wanting and what they were wanting to learn through this past life connection that they have coming in here too. You know, there's like this feeling of why um why end this and go somewhere else when I'm just going to have to relearn it all anyway. I might as well just hang out now and try to learn and grow in here and see if anything changes. And then if it doesn't, then maybe I'll go and look out. But I feel like there's this pause, that's been happening with them because there's this balancing of heart and mind, and of course they chose this for this lifetime here. So I don't feel like it's ending anytime soon. I feel like they're kind of hanging out to complete out the lesson that comes through there. So that's what's coming in for you, Lina Ray. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Right. And then Vadushi, hello, hello. So you would like to know what's coming in your love life. And you'd also asked, what country am I from? I'm actually in the United States, and I'm in Colorado, kind of almost in the middle of the nation-ish, near the Rocky Mountains. So um, that is where I am at. Where are you at? All right. So let's take a look here, Vidushi. You'd like to know what's coming in your love life. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Well, you do have this clarity coming in here. I've been getting this Four of Cups a lot in this session regarding love, especially, which cups are emotions. And we've got the three cups here are the empty cups. And the fourth cup here is one that's being offered by Spirit. These are the ones that we're bored with. We're like, I keep getting the same type of person individual, but I don't feel fulfilled. And why doesn't it feel fulfilling? Blah, blah, blah. Right. Well, it's because we're being, it's like designed for us to be like um, disappointed, let down, not fulfilled in the outside world. Because what we're looking for, we can only find in our own heart, which is the unconditional eternal love of the creator of spirit world in our heart. The outside world is an imitation, and we're taught to look out here for that love, and we don't find it unless you come across an ascended master, which there's not a lot walking around these days. But if you don't see them, you don't experience it. So we eventually turn inward and upward. And this is where love is guiding you, because once you fill up with this love, then it overflows out to the world and you feel the abundance because you find what you're looking for here in all the love on the outside world instead of falling short and feeling lacking, feels abundant and overflowing instead. Which brings us to the Seven of Wands, which is you can move into this space. This is like you being seen and standing up on a hill and standing out. I feel like who comes next in your love life, once you begin this emotional stability of your own heart and finding this on the inside, is when you come across, and that 7 of wands tells me it's someone who stands out or you're standing out. But that's how you guys meet, because either, like, you're up in a stage of a wedding, singing karaoke, teaching in front of someone, bartending, whatever it is, there's where you're one of you is standing out from the crowd in some way, literally standing up above or out of the crowd, and you see each other, and boom, you have this spark. But it starts with you finding that self-love inside yourself, because that is what transforms and allows you to see things more clearly and to feel things more clearly too. So I like it. All right, let me see where we're at here. I think we're getting close to the bottom here ish. We got one, two, three, four. Oh, actually, that was that one asked again. So that one's already done. Let me just take a look here. All right. So we've got one, two, three, four, five, six more to go. So hang in there. All right. So Needy Sarvaya. Hello, 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 Needy. You love the way I say that. You're so funny. Energy and happiness. Yay. So what are the universe's messages for you? What do they have for you, Needy? Let's take a look here. I'm glad that makes you smile, because that's how the universe is always talking to you here. Yeah, I see here. Wow. So I see here you've got the moon card here, the mother Luna, a lot of emotion, right? And you got the 3 of swords, which represents our feelings of disappointment, maybe like feeling heartbreak. But I love how this moon energy is allowing you to see and really experience and know that our heart can never be broken. It's too powerful. It's eternal. But we do come down here to experience what it might feel like to feel heartbroken, to feel the lower vibrational energies, to feel that lower vibrational stuff. And it's beautiful because when we after we experience it, then we're able to sit right next to that, this unconditional love, and contrast it. That's why we come here. I haven't talked about this in a while though, but I usually will talk about this, like this tapestry. If it's all beige, we wouldn't see the beautiful design in the middle. But because of all this shadow that we experience, then we discover this breath of life that we are, with the Om symbol, right? We're the breath of the creator. And we don't realize it until we experience the contrast and opposites. So we come down here, the 3 of swords, you know, the prick in our heart, like the swords pricking our heart. It tells us, I mean, really what that is our heart going into fight or flight mode. If you've ever had anyone startle you, like my brother and I used to play jokes on each other. He'd go take a shower. I'd hide in his closet at night and close it, waiting for him to come in to grab stuff, and I'd grab his leg, and then I would scare the crap out of him. And then he would do something. We could do stuff back and forth. But when they're that sudden is the that prick in the heart. And when you realize it's your stupid brother or stupid sibling doing it, then the fear goes away. But emotional fear is when we feel like, because of someone else's actions, we fear we'll never be lovable again. We'll never find love. It means something about us. People, what are people going to think? People are going to reject us, blah, blah, blah. All these fears, and it loops it. And we loop the fear. It keeps the same feeling. It doesn't stop because we haven't resolved the fear, and we are feeling the fear over and over again till we get distracted, right, by something. Then we don't feel heartbreak. We got caught up in a movie or work. And then suddenly we remember, oh, that's right, I'm unlovable. Pain, fear, looping again. We go to sleep. We don't think about it while we're sleeping. We wake up in the morning and we're like, "Oh no, blah blah blah. Wow, I just saw the full moon in Gemini." It's like rising above the trees. I go, "What is that?" But there is this beautiful, yeah, and with the moon energy too. um, but there is this. realization that, oh, okay, once I'm able to get to the root of the fear and understand what is at the root with all this emotion that's below the surface, we get to that root. And so I feel like what the universe is wanting you to know is, it's okay to feel the lower vibration, but when you're tired of it, we can question it and go, is it really true, this fear that I have of being unlovable? Does their action really mean anything about me? There's some reflection that can be done with that, and I like that for you, because I feel like there's a lot of freedom that can come from looking into it. All right, so that's what they have for you, needy. So many blessings to you. And next up, we've got Keisha Williams. So Keisha, thank you for your question here. A good day to you. And you wanted said you're a Taurus. All right. And should you move back to Gainesville? All right, let's take a look here. There are no shoulds, in the spirit world. There's just different choices that bring you different experiences, right? And so we'll ask here, if you move back to Gainesville, what kind of energy would that bring into your life here? Let's see what you feel about it here. Whoa. Okay. Well, you definitely would learn a lot here. You've got the devil card, which is the shadow work, and the five of pentacles that has to deal with feelings of feeling abandoned, being left behind, feelings of, the lack and all of that here. And the shadow, this is what they bring this type of stuff out. And I feel like if you move back to Gainesville, it will it would be for a time where you are looking and evaluating these emotions, getting back to the root of things, getting back to childhood, reflection of why you feel certain things. So it would be a lot of work. It's like a Saturn return energy where your beliefs and your foundations are shaking and rattled. Things are brought to your face for you to face. There's freedom that comes after it, though. Whenever you get that shadow card, it's Saturn energy, which Saturn is the taskmaster. They have this task if you so choose to take it. And if you do the work, you get the reward. So there's the reward of freedom and other things. Um, but so you can see if that's something that you're ready for in your life right now. But it is going to bring up a lot of memories, a lot of things to work through, which are freeing, which will only remove the cage from which your heart is imprisoned in. So it would definitely trigger some inner work. Um, so me being a Capricorn rising, which is ruled by Saturn, I love doing the shadow work. I love because I know the reward that comes from it, but you have to be ready for it. So if you feel you're ready, otherwise you're like, meh, I'll put a pause on that. All right, Keisha. So that's what they have there for you. And if you have any other places you're thinking of moving to, we can look at the energy of that too. Let's ask, if you stay where you're at, what kind of energy would you have? All right. Okay. You do have 9 of Cups. Wishes come true. Wish fulfillment. The 2 of Wands is, your world is in your hands. Your choice of where you wanna go, um, you know, comes in here. And this does tell you too that regardless of where you go, you are the one that gets to choose what energy that you put in and attract. It's like attracts like. So, I like that for you. So, but that's what, they have for you. So hang in there, my dear. All right, Keisha. And then Ashvin Rai, hello, hello. You are up next. And you go, why are you so drawn towards Simran? Is she your future spouse? Let's take a look here and see what's happening here. Well, you do have this energetic and a physical attraction to them with the Page of Wands. And I feel like they have an energy that you're not used to here. You have the Six of Wands. I mean, sorry, then not the Wands, the Six of Swords, which is leaving behind old ways of thinking and moving into new ways of thinking. So I just feel like there's this energy that you're drawn to with them. But with the Six of Swords, I feel like you're going to be moving across water, you're changing. Things are changing in your life. There's alterations, there's things that are moving and grooving, and, so I don't feel like they're gonna be your future spouse, because I feel like you end up moving somewhere else, and I don't feel like they, um, are moving with you. I feel like that you're more just intrigued by them. There's this energy drawing you to them, because I feel like they're different. They're different than anyone else you've met before. But I don't feel like they're your future spouse, though. I feel like they are, um, an introduction to seeing that there's more out there in the world than you can imagine. And so, I feel like this uniqueness that's drawn you to them, there's a huge draw in the outside world. This wherever you're headed across water, um, definitely brings that in. So that's what they have for you right now, Ashvin. So many blessings to you. And then spiritual journey tarot. You want to know how will your winter go going into the fall of 2024? Yeah, so yeah, we actually have winter starts what December 21st around there, goes through spring, right? So it's not far away. So let's see here. The winter solstice season for you. How is that? What does spirit want you to know about that right now? Okay. So you do have the 2 of cups. You do have significant relationship that comes into your life. Could be romantic, could be a best friend, could be reconnecting with an old, family member, something like that, or communicating and connecting with your higher self. But I feel it's more of a significant relationship with the human. And you come across this here. You've got the 3 of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. So, not trying to be someone who you're not. And I feel like it's with this 3 of Pentacles, you're expressing and doing something that you love, and in doing something that you love is where you come across this significant relationship/friendship, because it's about you being uniquely you and you not trying to be who you think other people want you to be, blah, blah, blah. You're like, going to a pottery class or painting or doing something that's a passion of yours. And lo and behold, that's also their passion. And you share that passion together. And that's what is one of the ties that binds you and brings you together, is your passion about something. And so it's someone that you're like, oh my gosh, there's this art show going on. Would you like to go see it? And they're like, oh my God, I've been wanting to go do that, but and I don't, and none of my friends like that stuff. Let's go. Hey, you want to grab dinner beforehand? Yeah, let's do that. And it starts off that way, but it grows and grows and grows more. So I love this for you. And this is what is coming through in the winter months. So definitely live your passions and do things, because that's where you meet them. So boom, boom, boom. There we go. Right? Spiritual Journey Tarot, that's what they have. And then we've got Kastavi. You want to know, is Haris Khan happy with the third party? Ooh, okay. Let's take a look here and see what's going on here. Are they happy with the third party? Sometimes we got the 5 of cups, which is we've got all the spilt cups, and then we've got this. So it's emotional choice, which sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. We've got the sun card here, which is this Leo playful childlike energy, but so they're happy when it feels like woohoo. There's this childlike wonder and adventure without any rules, right? Freedom, freedom. But when rules kick in, then this is like going to school. The 8 of Pentacles is like education and putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, an apprentice working hard to become the master. But what they're showing me is, when the kids on summer vacation, they're like, "Woohoo! I love being a kid." And then when school starts, they're like, "Oh, I hate it because there's rules." And so, when And isn't that the way it works? That when you have these relationships, um, and you know, it's when someone's in a relationship and they're getting all this pressure, someone will be like, "Oh, look, this person doesn't expect anything of me." Well, it's because they just met you. When they met the all the times they met all of their exes when they first met them, they didn't have any expectations on them either. But as time went on, the cage starts to grow around them, right? And so that's what they say. They're happy at times, but they can start to feel like expectations and what's your intentions and stuff. Oh, here we go. I'm going back into the cage again. They'll start to look for someone else, and then they'll start to look for someone else. That's why whenever someone's a third person, in a love triangle, they think, "Oh, they're gonna be different with me." Why? Why would they? Because 'Cause I'm special." Not really. They're just gonna the person is not changing, so their actions are not gonna change. So, that's what's coming in. Hopefully, that sheds some light there, Gustavi. Sometimes they're happy, but that cage is starting to form around them again. All right, and then I'm down to my final here. Hopefully, I didn't miss anyone. I've got, Shrushti Shah, and if anyone is looking for a personal recorded reading, I do offer those, and, so if you're wanting to book one of those, the next time I'm back for free readings is Friday morning, but you can book a reading, and all that information's in the description box of the video. 15-minute recorded reading is like $5, $5 US. Half hour is $10 right now, so they're all half off until the end of the year. So, all right, we're going to finish up here. So, Shrishti Shah, you want a general reading, a love reading for 2024. What does Spirit want you to know about 2024 and love? All right. Wow, I just put that card back in and it came flying out here. Well, you definitely have a lot of fire that's coming in here. You've got the sun card, which is, definitely a bright light shining on here. It's a victory, it's abundance, and I like it. It's like an adventure. Got the page of wands and the two of wands. So new passion, new attraction that comes in. And as far as the when, I feel like they want with this two of wands for you to know that, you definitely have new passion and this a lot of passion coming in. Uh, love Love comes later. This is someone who is focusing on the attraction, the love energy, not the love energy, but the physical attraction, the energetic attraction that's coming in. And the Two of Wands, tells us that whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And so we love usually doesn't we're not destined for something to come at an exact time and place, right? It's a range, and if we want something to come in sooner, then depending on what we're focusing on is what we draw to us. Like attracts like. If I'm focusing on gratitude for the love I've had in my life, the love I want to come in, joy, celebration, all of that, then Spirit wants to bring in more for us to be grateful for. But if I'm focusing on what I'm missing, if I'm missing love, if I hate something in my life, if I fear love won't come in, or I fear something won't come in, or fear something will leave my life, my energy, I'm putting in an energetic order to bring that in. So it's we're telling the universe, I want that. I want more of that. Can you make me miss it more? And we'll draw out the time that it takes to draw love to us. But when we focus our energy on what we're grateful for, we draw it in sooner. So I feel like that's important. You definitely have this passion that comes in, and I like that for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Shrushti. So hopefully that helps. And thank you guys so much for all the patience that you had in me getting to these readings. Hope you had a great weekend. And until I see you guys again, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. Until I see you again, much love. Hang in there, and you guys take care.